drop doing okay there. I set you right up
You
for that.
set me right up.
Yeah, I did.
Exactly. I didn't want to come in straight away, but thank you very much for clarifying that. Yeah, it was a difficult race, not because the strategy was wide open, because it was closed. You know, that early pit stop meant everyone went into the one stop very early. No one was really trying to extend. It was an easy stop. Proved difficult for the people who had tried to extend. Hopefully that was, I think, you had Lewis, Norris, Joe, and Hulkenberg who were trying to extend, maybe hoping for a late safety car that never really came, potentially put them a little bit out of position. But yeah, it was super difficult to really try and make any inroads.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? And you could see the frustration for some drivers like Alex Albon stuck behind that Kevin Magnussen train at one point, Yuki Tsunoda slipping back in the standings as well. But right at the front, the dominance from Max Verstappen, just unbelievable, wasn't it? Metronomic in the display that he put on tonight. And perfect as well, but he made it look so routine, so easy. I'm sure it's far from on a track like this, Jack.
Far from, yeah. I was only thinking, I think 2 laps to go, where they finally panned to Max for the first time in maybe 30 laps, and I was thinking what it must be like for him. You know, I would rewatch my races after and have a look, and you could see something, but there's not really much to rewatch from him because he's just out there lap after lap, at some times setting laps a second faster than anyone else in the field, and it's just clinical what he's doing, lap after lap. You know, it's just perfection, like you said, and it's cool to watch. Maybe not so exciting at the moment, but you know, it just shows how well he's performing, and especially when you have Checo, an extremely talented driver in a car next to him, that he's putting, you know, lap after lap, like I said, up to close to 1 second over.
That was an assured drive from Checo. We'll come on to that, but a great P2 to back up the Red Bull performance today. We'll come to Alpine, and in the opening laps, the formation lap, we heard an issue for Pierre Gasly, suspected gearbox. What more can you tell us, Jack?
Yeah, really, you know, that is it. Gearbox issue, unfortunately, on the out lap. We couldn't go to 6th gear. It's very limited. Luckily to get away from the line and at least bring the car back to the pit lane. You know, it is unfortunate, but Pierre, the team, we're all still motivated. You know, and he's just looking forward to Melbourne and getting more laps in the car and trying to improve and go forward.
How difficult is it at the moment for Alpine to keep their heads up, with obviously Q1 exits for both drivers now on back-to-back weekends? And I know the fight is on, but I guess it's a limited fight with the car that we're currently running for Alpine.
Yeah, you know, it's difficult for sure. Not unexpected though, so it's not like we had high hopes and oh my God, what is going on? We know what we chose to do and what we set out to do, and I think P13 today, it's definitely not where we want to be, but you know, it is a step forward and not too bad of a result. So I think we're just keeping our heads high.
Hello, welcome. Welcome to Alex Albon.
Was I supposed to jump in?
I love that you did.
I was in the middle of
Jack
my
was in full flow, but you can join us anytime.
No worries.
No, I love it. Hello, how are you doing, Alex? P11.
Yes.
A very frustrating position to be in, I know. Just talk us through your race, indeed the sort of train that we saw behind Kevin Magnussen, how difficult it was to try and get away from that.
It was a great race from Haas. I have to say, strategy-wise, they played it perfectly. I told Nico he better give Kevin 50% of his prize money, bonus money for P10, because he definitely played the team game there, and it was frustrating. I mean, it's weird. The Haas has turned into a bit of a Williams. It's a bit of a rocket ship down the straights, and we were one of the slowest in the speed trap, so it made it quite hard for us to overtake. So very un-Williams-like for us this weekend, but frustrating because we had great pace. Finally, when we got through, we were able to show it, but no one likes P11.
No, they don't. Talk us through the moment with Kevin Magnussen as well. Obviously, he got the 10-second penalty, and we'll come on to those
gonna be
penalties
wet.
shortly in the studio. You
Doing
can see
some
it
shopping.
Here, Alex. Talk
I
us
don't
through
know
from your cockpit.
what I want. I don't think I want more prototype cars.
Honestly, it's a racing incident for me. I really don't like this corner. I don't know if you know, Jack, but I don't know why we've designed the corner that kind of sticks out.
Yeah, the last moment sort of pivots that you can't really use.
I think some of these tracks recently, they like this kind of like
those
awkward
like
angle.
old school
They'd normally do it on
F1
pit
cars,
exit,
like
on
Lotus.
corner exits, where you have to kind of like turn away from the corner to miss a wall. Baku comes to mind,
or even here, how we sort of turned 10 kinks back on itself.
Exactly.
There's not a wall, but we've created that kink.
Exactly, yeah,
on the
and they love these little awkward kinks, and it just means it's very awkward for the car on the inside to judge the space, because you leave a good space the whole way down the straight, and then in the last minute you've got this kink that comes out you, and you get the driver on the right gets squeezed, the guy on the left doesn't judge it as well, and I'm not obviously whatever, doesn't really change too much. I had a bit of front wing damage, so we were missing a bit of flat, otherwise yeah.
The overtake on Sonoda, we've got that to run as well for you to have a look at. Talk us through that one.
I honestly don't even remember it.
You don't remember it? It was a good one. It was a good one. Here we go. Super late on the brakes. Got it done.
Again, not very Williams-like. We've been good on the brakes this year. It's been the area we've been focused on the most. And actually, when I overtook him and we were side by side into turn 4, that's when I got the appreciation for Kevin's problem, because I was like, hang on a minute.
You did give him a lot of space.
I better not give him. I was like, if I do the same mistake Kevin did to me, I look like an idiot. So I'll give him a little bit more space. Yeah, it was an okay race. I think what hurts us is more, obviously, Nico scored a point, which is not great for the championship. We know how hard it is to score points in the midfield. When Lance had his DNF, everyone in that backfield team licked their lips. It's the time to score some points. And this time it was Nico. Hopefully next time it's us.
We'll see. Australia then, let's look ahead.
Yep.
How do you feel this Williams will suit that track? You had a great opportunity there last year.
We were very good last year. We were I think running P6 or P7 until I went a bit adventurous.
Alright, let's go have some fun.
No, that's fine, that's fine. I like that track, it suits me as well. Just I like them high speed tracks, and realistically we need to drop some downforce. I think our car is a little bit draggy right now. So we need to see, rear wing options, what we've got in the car, and come with the car a little bit more raceable than this weekend. I think this weekend we went for the optimal car, which was a little bit draggy this weekend, and we kind of paid the price a bit. We realised straight away in the race how difficult it was to get to battle and to fight. So maybe go a step towards the old Williams car and a bit more fast down the straights.
We'll see. I think we're about to be mown down by Max Verstappen as a million photographers crash into our studio. Max also crashing in. That is the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Yeah, we're going to get Max in the thing.
Yeah, we should have judged him in the show, shouldn't we?
Could have, yeah.
Thought he was V-lining it for it, actually.
Yeah, good enough. Can I take a water?
Of course you can, absolutely. That's what they're there for. That's for you.
It's a lot of water, isn't it?
Take the whole thing. Oh, are you done? Are we out?
I imagine I was.
Yeah,
See you
sure.
later.
Alex, thank you so much. Well done. I know P11 is not the result anyone wanted. Well, goodness me.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. Come back in. Saudi Arabia then, we see the paddock here behind us, absolutely chock-a-block, and that firework display, we came on air about 30 seconds too late, didn't we? Because while it was deafening and you wouldn't have heard us speak and we couldn't really hear each other, it was pretty spectacular, wasn't it? And the pre-race grid as well, the show on there was something else.
Yeah, they definitely win the fireworks competition. They've taken P1 there for the year. We never know, but they definitely go above and beyond here. Yeah, I really enjoy the paddock here, the atmosphere. It's not too wide, so when it is filling in, cut off again.
Nico, hello.
Nice. Thank you so much. You as well. Pretty dry too.
Not breaking sweat. It's a helmet. It's a mushroom helmet.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Always.
Maybe you swap hairdressing tips at the end.
Exactly.
Nico, congratulations.
Thank you.
Point for Haas. Brilliant teamwork as well. Talk us through that race and how hard fought that was.
For me, I was just pushing. I think it was more harder fought from Kevin. I was told, I didn't see it, but I was told that he was really sticking out his neck for me and for the team, making or holding everybody up, which obviously allowed me to open up a gap and make a pit stop window on everybody else, which, yeah, obviously comes in quite handy and, paid off at the end. We managed to get that point, which is pretty valuable these days.
It definitely is. How much does that point mean to Haas? We just heard from Alex there saying with the DNF to Lance, that 1 point was up for grabs, and it's so important in the midfield, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So we have the top 5 teams, and if nobody drops out, it's the top 10 are taken, and there's no points in it. So
how much fuel do you
that makes it
need,
pretty tricky for us. And when we have opportunities like today, we have to really be there and take them. So
it's gonna be wet.
Happy,
it's gonna be fun.
Just good that we managed to do that. The car also felt pretty good, especially that medium stint after the safety car. The car came alive. I was able to find a really good rhythm, and that was pretty enjoyable.
Have you spoken to Kevin at all yet? What was his take?
Yeah,
on the race?
after the race, quickly. Thanked him already. I'll return the favor for sure later in the year sometime.
Half the bonus.
Return the favor, then we can.
Apart from
Then you're even.
being P10 at 1 point, bit of a lonely race. It just seems like that split, there's 30 seconds for the car ahead. It is a huge duration apart from Kevin with excessive work and having that pit stop. But what was that really like here, but very easy to make a small mistake around a track like this when you're just by yourself for that long.
Yeah, but I tell you, man, this track is so intense, and you're just there the
Can't
whole
feel
time
anything.
because it just, you know, it really forces you to be there, to be present, because you can't allow to snooze here for one moment. This track is
They say you
intense.
cut the course.
Probably
Not to
maybe
slow down and
you know,
get
the
up
most
time
intense we
gain.
have on the calendar because the speeds are just so high.
Left
and,
side.
yeah, a mistake would
Clear
also
on the
be
left.
painful
Clear
here. So,
left.
you know,
Car on your left.
we don't want
Clear on the
that.
left.
Nico, we have to let you go, but thank you so much for coming on the show. Congratulations, a point for Haas, and so well fought from both drivers. Jack, can
Dude,
you sum up
seriously?
how important those points are? I'm
Can
actually
we
going to
go
stop
down
you
the
there
straight?
because you're about to
Oh
be
my God,
gate
I'm
crashed
holding
by
the brakes.
another
Doesn't
driver.
do
We're
anything.
bringing in now Oscar Piastri joins us.
Hello.
P4, Oscar. How about that?
Yeah,
What is that?
it was okay. I don't think we could have done too much more. It was a frustrating 20 laps stuck behind Lewis, but yeah, I think in the end that was the most we could have done. Didn't quite have the pace of the cars ahead, but all in all, pretty happy with that.
Talk us through that then, and the seemingly sort of disadvantage that McLaren's had in straight line speed, even with DRS effect, it looks so difficult.
Yeah, I think we just didn't quite have enough speed. I think we also struggled in the last corner, so you put two long straights and that corner in the middle. Not a very fun time as we saw. So definitely some things to try and work on for us. But yeah, I think that was not a bad night.
Do you think P4 is about the maximum you could have achieved today without any further safety cars or the other guys?
Yeah, definitely. I had a chance to try and get past Charles, but just didn't quite have enough. So I think P4 is the most we could have done, but yeah.
Whoa.
Looking forward from Jeddah, obviously, it's a completely different track from Bahrain heading to Melbourne, home race as well. How do you think the car is going to perform? Somewhere which was obviously better, it seemed like overall slightly not enough to obviously challenge Ferrari and Red Bull, but how is it looking going into Melbourne? Just
They say you
roughly
cut
at
the
this point
course.
in time?
You got to slow down. If you don't give that time back, they're going to stop scoring us.
You know, we probably favoured ourselves here as being a very good track for us. Melbourne's a bit more low speed content, which is not the best for us at the moment. So, yeah, we'll see. I think
Got a
we'll see
flip on
very,
the
very
left.
close with Mercedes. And
Go
Ferrari
left.
and Red Bull seem to step ahead. So, yeah. When are you going for
4 a.m.
tonight? Wow, you got a holiday.
Oh my God, seriously, what the hell?
What about you?
Something isn't right.
Next week.
Ouch.
How much are you looking forward to getting
Like,
back home?
something about this car doesn't feel right.
I kind
Should
of
be able
joked
to,
that
like,
I became an
drive.
F1 driver to give myself an extra
Like,
week at home every
what
year.
is,
So,
what can I
yeah, it's
drive?
nice to-
Probably an extra 2, no?
An extra 2, yeah. So they did the calendar nicely for us this year. So yeah, it's always nice to go back home and yeah, 10 minutes from where I grew up. It's pretty special. So I'm looking forward to going back there.
What happens between now then and when you do fly to Australia? What does this week look like?
Go back to the factory, say thank you to the team, thank you to the people who built my right rear corner yesterday, because it's very strong, it turns out. And yeah, a bit of simulator work, preparing Melbourne and Japan, because yeah, obviously it probably makes sense to stay in that part of the world for those two races. So a bit of sim work and a bit of time to chill out, because it's been a busy few weeks.
We heard from Nico there, he was fighting for that final point, just how intense
gonna
this
be
track is,
rough.
the concentration level, there's absolutely no let up. How was it physically for you in the car?
Yeah, definitely a tough race. I think Qatar definitely sets the benchmark for tough races, but it's tough around here. You know, you got to concentrate all the
Left
time.
side.
Even for me in the
Clear
last
on the left.
15 laps, you know, I didn't really have any cars around, but
On
just
your left.
keeping your concentration
Clear on the left.
is not that straightforward around here. So it's definitely one of the toughest of the year with all the high-speed corners and the walls, but I am glad to say not the toughest race of my career.
Oscar, thank you very much indeed for your time. Congratulations, P4, brilliant points from McLaren and Lando in there as well. Thank you very much. Safe travels to Australia, we'll see you there.
Thank you, maybe one more time.
Thank you, Jeff.
Got a flip on the
Good
right.
stuff, thank
Go
you,
left.
Jack. Hold that thought. We are now going to hear from Lando Norris in the media pembrokeshire Mike Seymour.
Lando, you and Lewis went very long into the
Oh
race.
my God, what the hell?
So how do you reflect on that and how the race as a whole panned out
Like,
for
I
you?
can't give any throttle? Like,
We took a little
what?
bit of a gamble.
What is
go along
happening?
on the mediums and hope
Why
there was
can
a
I?
safety car or something, but it never came. So we gave it a good shot. We could have just boxed in the beginning with everyone else, but I thought we'd try something a little bit different, and could have worked. It didn't, but that's how it is sometimes. So I'm happy. I think the performance of the car was good. In the end, yes, I think we missed out on a couple of points from my side, but we did what we could with the strategy that we chose to do. So I'm happy with that.
The weekend as a whole, how are you feeling about the Paris race relative to your rivals so far this year?
It's the same as last year, the same as Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari, probably the same.
Yeah, P8 for Lando Norris, then P4 for his teammate Oscar Piastri, and Lando just unable to get to terms with P7 Ollie Behrman, the teenager in for Ferrari. But there was drama from the start for Lando Norris, or so it seemed to us. Anyway, Sam Collins, Alex Brundler in the studio to talk through a race a bit full of penalties.
Yeah, it very much was. Lando Norris, I think he got away with it a bit, to be honest, at the start of this race, because we were surmising in commentary so much about whether this was a jump start or not for Lando Norris. Two regulations here, Sam. Cars have to be, firstly, within the box of the start, and secondly, immobile while the lights are red, don't they?
That's right. There's a bunch of regulations here. 48.1A, I think it is. You're not allowed to be moving
Why am I losing
when
my
the
rear
lights
like
go
this?
out. Alex, I'm pretty sure he was moving when the lights went out. You also have to be in the correct starting position when the lights go out. You can see Oscar Piastri on the right-hand side of the screen there. Clearly, your left-hand side of the screen. You can see he is inside that white line box. Well, we've gone and had a look at this, and we think that Lando Norris was also inside the white box, so he gets away with that bit of the regulation. But the regulation here, Alex, is so clear.
Yeah, it's Article 48A. It's dealt with the timing loop, which is in the track, and also the transponders in the car. I cannot believe he's got away with that one, to be honest. Nothing against Lando. He gave us a great race after that, but it was the beginning of a string of kind of interesting calls throughout the race.
It certainly was, Alex, but I think on the Lando one, I think the reason, the only rationale the FIA didn't issue a penalty for that, I had to wind back all the way back to 2019.
Just wait till you get into a race and you can't see the fucking thing.
Yeah, they gotta fix the tail light. Bad.
Yeah, it sounds like they're gonna do it in a hot take, like hopefully soon.
So then a string of 2 penalties for Kevin Magnussen. Let's go for the Albon squeeze.
In the
first.
prototype, it's just a total like gray out. You can't see anything.
I mean, I don't know if it's like a realistic thing or not, but I think they just need to make them brighter for our convenience.
It's Albon, we've already heard, thinks it's a racing incident. For me, not to take
No, in real life, it's way brighter. Like you can see the car light anyway.
Part of the issue is TVs in general. You have 3 white LEDs to 1 red LED. So our TVs don't have, and our monitors don't have enough red LEDs to fully display the light properly. So they got to figure that out first.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, good to know. That's why reds will usually look muted. That's why brake lights look so muted sometimes, because we just don't have enough processing power. Unless you use HDR, then it looks a lot better.
Yeah, I'm in VR, so HDR is not.
No, I've never tried HDR, but I might try it.
This one will be investigated after the race, and is being investigated right now.
Right now at race control, this is going on. We're riding with Lando Norris come down the pit lane just before the race starts, so cars coming out, and oh, there's Yuki Tsunoda. But Alex, you and I have spotted something here, because this is something we didn't pick up on the live. But keep an eye on this mechanic here. He tells Tsunoda to stop, and he doesn't give him the indication to come out on track and go and join the pit lane. Tsunoda keeps driving despite the mechanic's hand signals to say don't drive forwards. There's a McLaren.
So it's definitely been a busy day for the stewards. There are some decisions we get, some decisions we don't get, but there we go. It was a day full of penalties over there.
Yeah, absolutely was. Stewards kept very busy indeed, except for that start for Lando Norris. How did you see that one, Jack?
Which one?
Sorry, the Lando Norris jump start. That wasn't, or maybe was.
Yeah, you know, it's strange. I didn't know there was much grey area in a jump start. I can understand potentially the reasoning of you're stopping the car fully before continuing, but if the article says that you cannot be moving while the light goes out, then typically you'd think that that would be a penalty, but potentially overlooking it, maybe it wasn't the biggest thing going on at that point in time, and typically if they'd have waived it before like they did with Sebastian Vettel in 2019, then potentially they wouldn't want to go against the previous outline that they'd made before, so I can see how that's maybe been waived.
We're going to look at the Stroll crash now. That was the moment that brought out the safety car, which then saw a flurry of early pit stops. This is it, Jack. Talk us through this. I mean, we know this track can bite.
Even drive with 7 laps.
Yeah, to be honest, when I saw that he'd gone into the wall at that point, and not really the exit at 23 where it could look like if you lost the car.
How do you get through a Rouge? Oh my god.
To go straight into the wall at that point. And
Lift and
so
coast.
weird. We were speaking about it, earlier on in the week.
I haven't even made it around to Rouge yet.
Like 50-cent coins, they kind of are not round like the guardrail.
If you're struggling with brakes locking up, make sure you move your bias backwards.
It's literally driving on ice.
Your initial reference of turning in, the wall might then jump out at your next side that you can see.
I tried to move it backwards when I think it was like Le Mans a couple days ago. I moved it too far back and just immediately locked the rears into the S's, killed myself.
At that point, it's just caused the upright to brake and go
I mean, I'm at 43 in the Porsche right now, so this is pretty interesting.
That then brought out the safety car. As I say,
Even if you stay in the dry, it's like there's zero front grip on the wet tires, so it's tough.
penalties coming for unsafe releases as well. It also meant that Mercedes then offset their strategy. Lewis Hamilton staying out. Mercedes not able though to just move up the field with Lewis Hamilton staying out on that medium and then hitting onto the soft with tyre deck not being as bad.
Does taking off braking power help?
Did you see
Braking.
Mercedes splitting that strategy and indeed their high speed seeming to be a bit of a
That's true, might help.
Yeah, strange on the high speed side of things. To be honest, not being a part of it or in the loop too much, it's hard to say really why that is.
You gotta try and stay out of lock range, and lock range in wet is much sooner than normal. So you really want to just let it go a lot of these.
Also, it's free track position around a street, high-speed speed circuit, which has a very high chance of safety cars. So having to actually force everyone onto a two-stop would be very high once you're 30 laps deep on that hard tyre. So it seemed like potentially a good call for Lando, for Lewis, even for Joe, who was sitting back in P10 for quite some time. But unfortunately, that safety car when you want it sometimes just never seems to come in. And they unfortunately had to make that late pit stop. And to be honest, for me, it was even looked like it was a little bit too early with the hopes to catch Behrman and get P7 and P8. 12 laps for me was just a bit too much of a stretch on the soft tyre. That always doesn't seem to work well.
And George Russell wasn't quite able to get up to turns with Fernando Alonso either. Let's hear it from him now.
Clear on the right.
So George, P6 at the end of the one, can I get your reflections onto that one?
Reflection was just seeing Fernando's backside the whole race, which was, was between
God damn it.
1 and 1.6
We
for
got
40
big
laps. So
locomotive.
that was a little bit frustrating. When he went quicker,
No
I
shit.
followed him. When he went slower, I followed him, and I just couldn't get any
Try
closer.
to change
that
my
was,
braking
long afternoon.
pressure.
Contrasting feelings compared to yesterday.
Can you change that?
So, yeah, we need to understand where the car's at and what we need to improve from Melbourne.
Wait, I
Two
can
races
change
into
it.
the season, can I just get your thoughts on where
It's not
Mercedes
something.
sit in the pecking order and the work ahead the next
I
couple of weeks
can't
before
change.
we head to Australia?
Huh.
It's right
I
now
can't change it.
we're fluctuating in performance quite a lot. We've seen potential in the car, but unfortunately these last 2 weekends we haven't really shown it when it's mattered. So
Okay,
we need
this
to
is
understand
gonna
why
be
that
difficult.
is and what we need to do. But as we've seen, it is very close between ourselves, McLaren, Aston, and Ferrari. We just need to be on top of it.
Well, we've suddenly been joined by a huge amount of media surrounding us, and that's because a man who has had a dream debut for Ferrari, a teenager scoring points in Formula One, has just joined us now. Ollie Bell and Taylor Bell.
Dude.
Does it get any better than that? I know you'll say yes, because you probably won't be on the podium doing your ambition.
Can't see anything.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it was a great race. I think we managed everything pretty well. It was a bit unfortunate with the safety car. Didn't play into our hands, but yeah, that stint at the end on the hard, especially in the final laps when I had the guys on soft behind.
Car on your left.
It was flat
They're
out.
on the
It was
left.
like calling
Car on
up
your
after
left.
calling up, which was really fun.
How's
Clear on the
stressful
left.
was
Clear
that,
left.
both mentally and also physically on the body as well on a circuit like this?
I think when I saw them on the screen that they were pitting, so I knew they were coming out and I knew they would be on at least a medium or a soft, at least a faster tire. And I could see them on my dash coming quite quickly. But then the gap started to stabilize, and from there basically when they left the pits I was like, okay, I basically accepted that they were going to come by at some point. And then at some point they started to slow down and then eventually stabilized. So it wasn't that stressful, but the last 2 laps took a bit more margin to the wall.
And it's Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton chasing you down as well. Not shabby drivers, are they?
Yeah, I think they were fighting, which helped me out a little bit. I don't know if the soft was performing as they expected.
Coming into the weekend as an F2 driver, and then all of a sudden Sunday morning, F1 driver, not only for, I don't want to say a lower team, but for Ferrari. How was that sort of waking up and all of a sudden, like them not hopping into the Formula 2 machinery, not only hopping into an F1 car, but hopping into a Ferrari?
Yeah, there was a lot of pressure, of course, especially from Fred. You know, the walls are close here, and he wanted me to
Feel like driving eggshells.
Wheels still on it. Yeah, you saw my dad through the race. Probably.
On screen and that.
Yeah, God, it's that. Hey, maybe start just reacting with some racing. We need so much content.
Friday morning, yeah, whatever it is, but sprint race in F2. Got the call about 2 hours before FP that I was going to be jumping in the car, so I had to quickly run and get some stuff.
Where do you brake for the bus stop?
Luckily, I didn't really have a lot of time to kind of get nervous because, you know, I was pretty much straight on it. But
seat,
no, it was
everything.
Cool.
They say you cut the course. Doesn't slow down. You don't get that time back. They're going to stop scoring us.
Those things you kind of have to adjust after you've driven. I think the seat fitted felt fine, but when you drive, especially on a track like this, I think I'll feel it anymore.
Yeah, physically, what is sore right now? What is painful? Talk us through it, because I'm a mere mortal.
It's better to say what isn't sore.
Oh man, this is interesting.
Nothing. No, it was tough, and I'm quite tall, so I struggle a little bit to fit perfectly in the car. My back hurts a little bit, and especially my shoulders as well.
Little pokes that you didn't feel during the seat fit.
Exactly.
Now
it feels good, but then when you really get the G-force, that's when it starts to hurt. I'm quite skinny, especially here, so it hurts. But luckily, I don't have to do any more F1 at this stage, so yeah, I'll be able to recover.
Not at this stage, but my goodness me, if you put yourself in a shot window, Ollie Bearman, you were already being talked about in the driver market for 2025. I think you've put yourself in very good stead now. Jolyon Palmer saying he is sure you'll be in a seat for next year. What do you make of this? I mean, look at the media attention around you. So much pressure heaped on your young shoulders, just 18, but it's looking good, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope he's right. I think I executed a good race today. My only regret is that I was a bit inefficient trying to pass Nico, because honestly I was in a faster car and I should have overtook him more quickly, but he used his experience well to use the battery in the right places, and it took me a couple shots. The problem is when you drain the battery trying to overtake and you don't get it done, you have to wait a couple laps to recharge. And yeah, that lost me a lot of time to the guys ahead. After that, the gap stayed pretty similar, but yeah, lost a bit of time there, but overall I was pretty happy.
It's all part of the learning, and I'm sure you've learned an enormous amount. Thank you so much, Ollie, and congratulations on a brilliant debut. Pleasure to see you here. Thank you, Ollie. Oh, and also you're P10 in the driver standings. You're Formula 1 right now.
I don't have two.
There you go. Oh no. I know when you missed out on any points today after getting pole.
Yeah, I'm doing a 12-minute championship.
Yeah, we'll see. Thank you. Best of luck in F2, and I'm sure we'll see you again soon. Thank you to Ollie Bearman. Let's take a look then at those driver standings with the news that Oliver Bearman has stepped straight up into P number 10. Max Verstappen leading the way. Sergio Perez P2, Charles Leclerc P3, George Russell P4, Oscar Piastri P5, Carlos Sainz still up there despite that appendicitis. We wish him well. Unbelievably, he is here in the garage watching that race after having an operation yesterday. Fernando Alonso, some good points today for him. Lando Norris, Lewis Hamilton, and then Oliver Bearman rounding out the top 10.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool, right? What are your experiences with Ollie? Against him, seeing him within the paddock?
Yeah. You know, I raced him last year in Formula 2. Ended as the top rookie, quick guy all year round. Coming into this year, second in F2, he was still the favourite, and they didn't have quite a strong first round. But then he's came in, put it on pole, thinking that he's going to redeem that, and it seems like he got even more redemption and got a shot in Formula One. So there's, you know, the highs of trying to potentially win a Formula 2 championship and getting your first go in a Formula 1 car in Ferrari. So I'm
Please
sure
let me
he's going to be
survive
thinking
this.
about that, and it's probably now tonight when he's looking forward to Melbourne. Now he'll be back in the F2 and switching those thoughts. But yeah, he did a great job this weekend, and regardless of where Formula 2 finishes, he's proven that he's quick enough to race in.
Yeah, that was something special today from Ollie Bearman for sure. We're now going to throw to Ariana Bravo. She is roaming the paddock for us and has caught up with, I'm sure, a very proud Fred.
Joining me now is Fred Vasseur. Fred, solid day for Ferrari. How are you feeling after that one?
That I was not so optimistic. At the end, he did a fantastic job, Charles also, and at the end, it's a good weekend for the team.
Fantastic weekend. Ollie really pushing there towards the end to keep that gap to Lando and Lewis. I mean, we heard on the radio the engineers being, you know, just enjoy it, don't take it too much, it's fine. But he really wanted this, didn't he? How impressed are you?
I think for an English driver to have Norris and Hamilton behind you, it's a good one.
It's the best one, and to keep them behind.
Yeah, no, but I was a bit balanced on in the radio between push because it's manageable and avoid the mistake. But at the end, on the data, it will be a single mistake. Otherwise, it means that we were quite relaxed. We are quite relaxed and we did very well.
He did indeed, and just a word on Charles' race as well. First podium of the season, fantastic result.
Yeah, good, but we have to be focused on Red Bull. They are still a step ahead of us. In quali, we are not that far away in the race, but it's a bit more difficult. But I think we struggled a lot when we were at the beginning of the dirty air. As soon as we were able to be P3 and to have clean air, that we are perhaps 4 or 5 tenths slower. The gap. But we have to continue to push to be able to do a step to put them in our position.
Well, very well done on the great results today, and eyes ahead to Australia. Thank you, Fred.
As ever, great to hear from Fred Vasseur, and he has got some talent in that Ferrari Driver Academy with Ollie Bearman, and of course Charles Leclerc as well, with his first podium of the season. He said it was a bit of a boring race because he couldn't get up in front, but kept everyone else behind. Secured some valuable points for Ferrari, and of course we wish Carlos Sainz all the best in his recovery. We'll see when he'll next be in a Formula 1 car, probably Australia. You can see though, we have F1 Academy drivers Chloe Chambers and Abby Pulling with us. If you haven't yet heard the news, earlier on Dorian Pin did win the F1 Academy race too, but she took another lap after the checkered flag at pace, not knowing she had already taken the checkered flag. She has had a 20-second penalty for that. Abby Pulling finished the race less than 2 seconds behind her by my maths. That makes Abby Pulling the winner of race number 2. And when I said, Abby, how are you doing? You croaked at me because you lost your voice. You've been celebrating. I know it's not how a driver wants to win a race. I know you want to do it on track at some point this season. But talk me through your reaction to this.
Yeah, I mean, I ran straight back to Rainbow Sport over in the Sport paddock, and I'm over the moon, honestly. Like I said, I don't want to win races like that, and I don't want to be fresh on the weekend, so it's nice to get some more last year, but yeah, I'm happy. It's the point at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And Chloe, for you today, a P10, talk us through your race and where you feel some improvements can be made heading into the next rounds.
Yeah, I mean, it's super great to be here racing on the F1 calendar with F1 Academy. Obviously, having the support of the Money Green Class F1 team is super special, and yeah, I'm super glad to be racing here, just gaining experience as the season goes on. You know, I think this weekend I really kind of showed my pace. Obviously, a couple of unfortunate penalties in the second race bumped me down to P10, but I finished P4 yesterday, so I think that was a really good showing, and I'm looking forward to improving for the rest of the season.
How good is it, how valuable the lessons learned from being involved in a Formula 1 team? For all three of you, we've got 2 in the Alpine Academy here, and of course Chloe with the Haas team, and a great showing from them today as well. The point in the Formula 1 Grand Prix.
Yeah, it's so cool. Like, I mean, I watched the Formula 1 race from the Haas garage, and that's something that I've never done before, and it's just invaluable to get that kind of experience, be able to see what happens during the race, hear all the information that the drivers get, and just, you know, use it for my future as well.
I do have a question to both you guys, and you know, Jeddah, unforgivable, especially, you know, as well. Had a couple of days testing it, but still, that doesn't change the fact that it's an extremely difficult circuit. And I don't think, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, have you guys drove on a street circuit before?
I'm very fortunate that I have. And yeah, we both
have it. Okay, regardless, how did you find it? You know, going forward the rest of the season, would Saudi be one that you're looking forward to coming back to?
I mean, this track, like you say, it's unforgivable, and I think it's just something I love as a driver. You know, the tight, fast corners, it's just so much fun, and it makes for some great racing. And I could drive this circuit for the rest of my life, honestly. Like every lap, you're finding a little bit more and a little bit more. But yeah, I don't know how you found it, but it's a good one.
I mean, honestly, the track was really good for racing. There was a lot of action during the races. I mean, I even went back and watched the race on replay from yesterday, and I was entertained a lot, even though I was in the race. But yeah, I mean, I could race on this track forever, like Abby said. I mean, you know, we should do like an endurance race here.
Oh my goodness me, it terrifies me watching the you guys from different breeds. But ladies, thank you very, very much. Well done this weekend. Congratulations to our winner, P4 and P10 for you. A brilliant start as well. And I can't wait to see how F1 Academy continues to thrive through this season. Thank you both so much. Let's take a look at the calendar for F1 Academy to see where we are off to next. Of course, all 7 rounds aligning with the F1 calendar. So the next stop, the United States, Miami, 3rd to the 5th of May, and then we're heading to Spain, the Netherlands, that's
no
August,
fucking way.
Singapore in September, Qatar in December.
Oh my god, there's 2 cars faster than us. Oh my god, this is so cringe.
Jack, you made me laugh there because you answered Producer Joe out loud on the show rather than in your head.
No, I just wanted to make it clear.
I do have a question. I really appreciated that.
I just thought in my head, I'm like, I do have a question, and I wanted to make that clear.
Producer Joe appreciated your sass as well. That you fired straight back. How much have you enjoyed F1 Academy and indeed working with athletes like Abby Pulling too? She's a fantastic driver.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think, you know, I was looking and sort of appreciating how actually good these girls are. You know, Dorian's done amazing things in the World Endurance Championship. Maya Wade, who was behind Abby, been racing, you know, against an Italian F4 and doing really good results as well. So to see, you know, how tough it really is and see sometimes the gaps that they put over each other, and you sort of, I sit back and appreciate and I go, no, that's, you know, she's done a really good lap or really maximized that, which is really cool. And
oh boy,
I just got really jealous
because
I saw that. I think they'll be going to Miami.
Proper rough.
Which, yeah.
Holy shit.
Is awesome. I really, really look forward to driving that circuit in the near future. But yeah, they've got a great first 2 rounds to their F1
Academy. Short shift for sure, like gear 1
yeah, for sure. And Singapore, I think Abby Pulling will certainly like that one. Just worth noting as well that it must be absolutely gutting for Dorian Pain after 2 pole positions, a win yesterday and the win today. Almost
starting on pole, I'm gonna be dead.
Just either a radio miscommunication or simply her head down, full focus, unaware of what was actually going on in terms of the laps and taking that second lap after the checkered flag.
Yeah, as we were speaking with Nico earlier, it requires full focus around here and to be completely locked in. And really, she'd done it all weekend from FP to qualifying, like you said, race 1. You know, Abby had gotten close, very close over points of the weekend, but Dorian seemed just to have this place, you know, dialed in, her and her car. And, yeah, potentially she was just so locked in that radio miscommunication, whatever it was, she didn't see that. It's competitive out there. Head down, stay sharp. Very unfortunate. Not a way you want to lose a result, but unfortunately there's times like these where rules are put in place for a reason. But I'm sure it won't affect her season. I hope to very much, but very crucial points lost.
Yeah, she did say on the team radio at the end of that race, why didn't you tell me? So I think some work to do within the team there to ascertain exactly what went on and what went wrong for Dorian Pain. But the win going to Abby Pulling in race 2 here this weekend. 1 apiece. I think we could see that fight going on each and every round this season. We're going to head to Julien now. I hear he's found some tyres. Julien.
Okay, here we are here with the mechanic of Mercedes. So basically what they are doing there, they are removing each wheel nut of the tires, basically, because you have to understand that in F1, the nuts is basically floating into the rim. Basically, you can see here is going to remove it. There we go. So they remove it, it's properly, it's not stuck, it's like floating on the rim, and that allows the mechanics basically during the pit stop to do a quicker pit stop. The problem of that, as we have seen with Haas today, if this nut is not aligned properly, basically on the hub, on the wheel hub, and it's slightly tilted, basically what happens is that you have a very bad pit stop and you cannot remove the wheel. The only way to remove the wheel, this wheel nut is, as these guys are doing, basically you have to put on this tray using this big gun and then removing this nut. And you can see, if you come with me, I show you the wheel nut. You see all these Swiss nuts in F1, they are very, very precious. They are actually very, very expensive. You see, actually it's quite hot still.
Get ready,
this
going
is
green.
how basically we have to remove this wheel nut in F1.
Thank you so much, Julia. Jack and I just laughing. I've written down here, Alonso must be delighted to be in P5, and I'm not sure if we know he is or not. I haven't heard his post-race interview, but I'm figuring...
You're hoping he's delighted?
I think the Aston should have the Mercedes behind us. A much better weekend, a much better outlook for them than P9 and P10. So I think that was a great race for Alonso.
I think it's a great race. Looking back,
Were you
the last
serious?
year, obviously on the podium.
Oh my
but
God.
considering the situation that they've been in coming into this season, for sure, he's
up,
delighted with P5. Let's hope that he is, so that he doesn't come storming up and get us in trouble for that.
Am I clear?
You know, he had a few close moments, rushing the wall.
I've never went inside line before.
It seemed like it really.
We've got damage on the back end.
Is that my real way?
No
Oh
damage,
my
so that
God.
that was okay, but yeah, it's those moments where you really are trying to find those very small margins where Jeddah bites, and luckily he got away with it.
Speaking of damage, someone's just smashed something over our shoulder there. Everyone is okay though, no problems. I am hearing from producer Joe, Alonso was in fact fairly happy.
Fairly happy. He's not really delighted, but he's fairly happy. It's Fernando Alonso, you know, world-class racer, world champion. He's not going to ever, I don't think, be delighted from P5, but for sure, nevertheless, inside in that team bridge, they'll be happy with this good F1.
Definitely. Let's look at the top three then. Verstappen, Perez, Leclerc. I think a podium that many would have predicted and expected coming into this weekend. I think actually Julianne in our pre-race show predicted this exactly. What do you make of the performance of Charles Leclerc? He was saying post-race that he found that quite boring because he was in a world of his own, not quite up to the Red Bulls, but had kept the others at bay behind.
Yeah, I think a similar situation like we were saying before with Nico, sort of being in your own race. You know, Max faces it 24 rounds a year, but yeah, probably something that they weren't entirely expecting. I think Charles would have hoped that he could maybe challenge Checo a little bit more, and even on lap 2 of the Grand Prix, it seemed like Charles was actually staying almost around that 1 second.
And I'm not even giving any throttle, like I'm barely touching the throttle.
That point, and I saw one green sector a few tenths quicker than Max, but Max immediately rebounded and sort of set off into the distance, and a lap later, Checo was past him, so yeah, you know, he's going to be happy with the first podium, but I don't think he's so happy just to where that, how far away Red Bull are. And at this point in time, you know, it's round 2, so much more to come, but definitely not unpredictable podium.
Yeah, Charles Leclerc with the fastest lap as well, so some hope for Ferrari. There is pace in that car, but still the gap to Red Bull can... Goodness me, this paddock is being torn apart around us. The gap to Red Bull yet to be reached. Let's get to the schedule before our desk is taken away. Here we go then. It's Australia next up. I bet Jack Doohan's very excited about that one. We will have our weekend warm at 7 p.m. track time. We'll on the Friday. Yes, we're back to a normal schedule. We'll all understand what day it is now. Friday, we will have FP1 at 12:15. That's when we're on air building up to our FP1 show. FP2 will begin our coverage at 3:45 p.m. and FP3 on the Saturday. Again, 15-minute build up ahead of the 12:30 third hour of running. Qualifying, we have our pre-quali show. That will be at 3:30 p.m. on Saturday ahead of 4 p.m. qualifying. And then the race, we're back to daytime racing now, 2 p.m. on Sunday the 24th of March, down under. I can't wait to head back to Melbourne. I think I was in an absolute dizziness of jet lag last time I went. So I'm looking forward to hopefully emerging from a bit of a cloud and enjoying a bit more of it. How much are you looking forward to getting out there and seeing the track once again, getting back?
Yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to it. I got to experience it myself last year in F2, and to be honest, it's...
You have to slow down and give that time back.
Home race bias, you know, I really did enjoy it. It was, you know, another street circuit, also a place that has very big consequences. Of course, there is runoff.
Two cars more
the curbs are
downforce.
brutal. There's AstroTurf right after it, and
That's
the
why they do
consequences
better
are big. We have
in
seen
wet
some
weather.
big crashes around Albert Park, and the circuit definitely is not forgiving. But nevertheless, it is home for me as well. I get to go back for a week before the Grand Prix, which is
This guy's stuck in the
heading
pillar.
down to Melbourne on the Tuesday. A great week of media events and to experience round 3 with Alpine.
Will anyone close the gap to Red Bull in Australia, do you think?
What is it? Why are you driving backwards? Why are you driving backwards?
Maybe small steps. Ferrari
what is happening?
Were slightly closer to Checo in Bahrain, not so much to Max, but you never know what's coming and what they might be bringing to Australia. We had our first time where teams will be heading back completely to the factories, a reset, maybe a fresh new bit of ideas before Melbourne, where hopefully they can do something, try to get between the two and alter the strategies and maybe bring in something special to maybe even get a double Ferrari podium.
Oh, we'll see. Thank you so much, Jack, for all of your insight on this post-race show. It's been a busy one. We've had plenty of drivers on. Thanks to Ariana Bravo, to Mike Seymour as well, asking questions in the media pen to each of our 20 drivers. So Max Verstappen takes his 9th win in a row, his 2nd of the season, and another Red Bull 1-2 with Charles Leclerc rounding out the podium here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We will see you all in a few days down under in Melbourne for the Australian Grand Prix. Thank you for
10 minutes
watching.
to go.
Bye for now.
Alright.
Install. This fucking trash has game dog.
All clear, punch it.
Quinny boy, just install coal mods, like jetpack or bigger hands. Little hobbit hands can't grab on. Fat hello.
Is Quinn still on this part? Yikes. Just as shit.
He's very fast. I don't even know what to tell you. The thing is, what's more impressive? Just beating it, right? Okay. Or repeatedly failing it, and then over and over and over and over and over and over again, and then I mean, like, which one's harder?
Too wide, right side. Clear all around.
You can't blame me on that. Like, that's not my fault. How do they do to survive that?
Right side. Clear on the right.
That's one-handed shit. We're trying something dangerous. We're trying some different shit.
You're in third. Great job, driver.
I mean, what? I'm in third?
Rogers, that's badass, so you don't have a job at all. That's Rogers, that's badass.
I just don't put my mouse. What am I doing wrong?
Dude, again.
I literally cannot figure out what I'm doing. Because I was doing it quite consistently. Like this.
Oh my god, it's another phone.
Hey Quinn, big fan, long time viewer. I'm always so
We've got damage on the back end.
I was doing it back to back. I had like multiple attempts.
Your
And then
decision to do a virtual hot tub stream today is
I think I just didn't do my mouse.
maybe you're trying to catch up with other streams.
This is actually difficult, like, this is hard.
Slow car ahead. Got a slow car on the right. Go left.
Sure now, I've read everything. They're like, let go at a different time. Click that's longer. Go up more. Go down more. It doesn't help.
We've got damage on the back end.
Oh.
5 minutes to go.
It doesn't help. I'm literally stuck just doing the same thing over and over again. I'm starting to go mental.
Yo, I left for like 2 hours and this guy still can't grab the rock. Maybe you should take a quick coffee break and go play with your clock.
Got a slow car on the right. Got a car stopped ahead. Go right.
Oh my god. Okay, alright, I'm out. Fuck this.
Alright, what can I do differently? What can I do differently?
Like, how do you drive?
48 seconds.
It's like impossible to
All
drive.
the damage is repairable.
Full gaming walkthrough. Full walkthrough.
Yes, so I think this is probably leaning to the right.
He's gonna say just jump. He's just gonna say just jump. Like he's just gonna say just jump.
Like the car is so hard to drive.
Doing
It's
the jump to the
insane.
wheel, keyboard.
Like,
We've got
holy
a series
shit.
of difficult jumps, and then there's a really big jump where you've got to grab one of those ship wheel things, and I just could not make the jump to the wheel. I could do the rest of it. I could do all of this, but doing the jump to the wheel, I hadn't managed to do it once. And then when I switched to controller, I did it within about 5 minutes.
Okay, switch to controller. That's the strategy, guys. That's the strategy. Switch to controller. I've not got a controller. I've not got a controller. I've not got a controller, chat. I do not have a controller with me. Wait, there is a controller. I can go get Abby's controller. Wait, what do you guys think? Do I run down and get the controller? Wait.
How does he not understand that the rotational energy he is generating on the launches, causing his torso to rotate away from the rock?
Why am I not going towards the rock when I let go there? Like, can somebody say anything? Okay, so like, look, I grab on my left hand, right? I go like this, like this.
Like, why are there so many people doing this?
I don't go to. I don't.
This
My guy
is
doesn't
so
go to the
difficult.
fucking- He doesn't go there, and then I let go early. Right?
Literally,
I let
like,
go early, so I do it.
MP2 car is faster than
I'm not even close.
GP car. It's so dumb. That is so dumb. It's say emo now.
Yeah, whatever this is.
Alright, this time it's gonna go better. I think.
Was doing it, and now I can't do it.
Oh, the timing. Grab the rock. You cannot grab the rock. I repeat.
He goes around and just can't stay on his toes up and down. He's back again. Climbing, falling in a cycle that
He gets spamming fucking Johnny when it says retard.
got a smile.
He's just spamming him when it says retard.
On his face, but inside
Did I miss
there's
it?
a different pace. He's longing for a steady
Oh,
ground,
did.
but all he finds is water all around.
Oh, I didn't.
Dude. Sick flip bra. Yo Quinn, I come back 2 hours later and you're still at the same place. Where?
When I was in my second year of college, I had a bit of an identity crisis. It's too much to get into in this video, but I felt like
Sam Sulek is, by far, the biggest fitness influencer in ego lifting. When you simply try to move the weight, allowing yourself to swing and sway, rather than being really strict with your form. And Sam definitely does more than his fair share of cheat codes. I would say that I'm actually less of a technique junkie than most science-based coaches, because you can still get solid gains with so-called bad form, as long as you're pushing yourself hard. You still doubt those gains with optimal. In fact, I recently published a study on the optimal training technique for muscle growth, and we discovered that there are two main things to focus on when it comes to lifting technique. The main thing is that you
Right side. Clear.
What the fuck is going on? I'm having to give me a fucking
We've got damage on the back end.
Oh my god. I don't even know what to have. I don't even know if my car has tires. Can't feel anything.
generating movement in one direction. And suddenly stop the fall or start rotating away from the direction you are.
This game is called a difficult game about climbing, but it seems like you are swimming more than climbing Le Mans. The underscore trip.
Bringing the controller in a bit. She's bringing it to controller. Look how easy he does it. Yeah, keep playing. Keep playing with. Yeah, I did. This area is complete cancel. This area is complete cancel.
Green's out. Green flag. Green flag. Looks like you got about 5 laps of fuel left.
Run it up.
Here comes your first time lap.
Feels like I'm just sitting here and I'm just hitting myself in the head over and over again. This literally feels like, it doesn't feel like I'm learning or progressing.
Doesn't even have control. They know he's not going the wrong way because he's watching.
I don't know what happened. I was getting it like every time and then I just stopped getting it and I don't know what happened. I tried this new thing where I was using my right hand above my left hand. It was working and then it just stopped working and now okay, I'm just gonna go to my old strat. My old strat is way better. I'm going back to old strat. Old strat was just 2 hands on top of each other and then I just fucking Yeah, I did. I thought it. Okay, back to the old strat. Fuck the new strat. I'm just using the old strat. Okay, here we go. Old strat is so much better, man. Why the fuck did I switch to the new strat? Feels always go back to the mining game. I beat the mining game, bro. But now I'm playing this. It's fucking making me depressed or some shit, dude. Okay. I'm just depressed. It's getting him in the end.
One more lap. 2.626.
This much is surely a crime. Like a pickle in my kitchen, which is a paste in slime.
Chad, why does Quinn have a full screen version of the Splash Emoton rule?
Your form has improved a lot, but I suggest entering the water straight down to get the smallest splashes. It should improve your scores for this 5th diving game. Xbox doesn't exist, that we have colonies on Mars. Elon Musk is president. In the short run, we'll get past the first herd. 666 septillion 666 sextillion 666 quintillion 666 quadrillion 666 trillion 666 billion 666 billion 666,666.
Damn, 230? Oh,
swinging
there.
have already beaten the game.
One lap to green.
Let's
Line
try
up
this
on the
again.
right side. Pit road is closed. No sign of this rain stopping. You're on a wet tyre. The estimated SOF is 1,567.
Fuck off!
We expect to be fighting for the podium.
How can I slip? How can I slip, man? How can I slip? How can I slip?
It's going to be easy with the control too. It's going to be easy with the control, you'll see.
I love the technique when you overcommit to the swing, causing your torso to rotate in the opposite.
Get ready, going green.
Song Country, he missed the buyer at wheel, but that's okay.
Pace car's in.
Well, player, another day. That's okay. Get back on the saddle, Quinn boy. Get back on that splishy splashy trash. Let's go, Quinn. Let's go, Brandon. Quinn the bows away, sticking the long D. Quinn the bows away. Why doesn't Streamer just swim to the right side? Is he retarded?
Green, green, green. Right side. Clear. There's an incident behind. On your right. Clear.
No. Nice typhoon. Ah, fuck me.
We got damage on the front end.
I don't know, my mouse is breaking, my guys are slipping up for no reason. I don't know.
Oh. Oh well.
You've got wheel damage. All the damage is repairable.
Oh well.
Can't wait for this bozo to get his controller with training wheels and still makes no progress. Classic.
How's this? Orange, dude. Legendary chair. Holy fuck. Sounds best, man.
But that's okay, we'll play another day. That's okay.
Man, this is fucking rough. Like, how do you drive this? Is my ride height too low? Is my, like... This must be something I can do to make the car easier to drive.
Let's go, Quinn. Let's go, Brandon. Quinn the bozo. Paint stick in landing. Quinn the bozo 9.
Yo, Abby must be here soon. Abby must be here soon. Oh god, it must be here soon. It's gotta be anytime now. Anytime now. It's gonna be anytime now. Alright, anytime now. I need a de-stressing video. What is this? What is this? Who's the promoters? I'm gonna get fucking sued by these guys.
Here you go, way too fast. Don't slow down, you're gonna crash. You should watch your step. Don't look out, gonna break your neck. So shut your mouth. 'Cause I'm not listening anyhow. I had enough of you. Enough to last a lifetime through. So what do you want of me? Got
Fucking Dragon's Dog Dig? The fuck do I want this for? Dragon's Dog Dig mode? What the fuck's that shit? Chat, I'm not playing for the audio layer so I can get fucking DMCA'd, so I don't want to. Play it through there. Oh, because I don't want to get DMCA'd. Oh! Fuck! Yeah.
Splash, 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 splash.
Fuck you, Slapper. Fuck you. What the fuck? I fucking made that. 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 How the fuck is that not fucking? I fucking made that. Okay, anyway. There it is. Alright, was this Flat Earth, a deep dive? I'm not watching that. I can watch. I need a 10-second de-stress video, chat. I need a 10-second de-stress video. Okay.
This is torture.
I need a 10-second. I need a 10-second de-stress video. What the developer of the game say?
Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. One of the most hated games on the internet.
Oh God! That's a good game.
One of my all-time favorites.
It's got good coding. It's got good coding in that game.
But I'm disappointed we don't have more games like this. So,
Hello gamer, stop falling.
I spent an entire year trying to make one. And this video documents the entire process I suffered through to make it. And it's available today on Steam. Please buy it. Okay, big surprise. I kind of want to make a climbing game. As far as I can tell, there aren't really any actual climbing games out there except for Bennett Foddy's Flash game from 2011, which I don't understand how to play.
Wait, I think Abby's something. Okay. I mean, it's whatever. You don't need. I mean, it would be depressing if you don't bring it, but if you don't need. I mean, if you need to play Final Fantasy, I don't have it. Set the cock shed. Set the cock shed. Get him. Yeah, it's fine. Well, I mean, it's just I don't like to use trash controllers, but the game's badly coded. So I mean, what am I gonna do? That literally is terrible. You have no idea. I'm literally Ghetto, it's been 4 hours I'm at the same spot. I'm at the same rock. Just jumping into the same rock over and over and over again. And it's just like, insanity. But I don't want to give up, so... You know. It's all good, it's all good, it's all good. If you don't want to bring it up, good. Okay. You're gonna try. Okay, I mean, okay. You want to do that? Feel free. Can you find my collagen supplements as well? While you're up there. Collagen supplements.
Okay, so basically, don't touch prototype if it's wet. T3 is better.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna take. I mean, yeah.
Way better.
Ages, right?
Fuck.
But I mean, well, I mean, couldn't you just give me the controller and then go and try there and get the controller? You know? I'm sure I got something. I'll have something. Get them. Yeah, I'll have a controller. I have a controller. I have to plug it in to the computer. All right. So let's go. All right.
You do automatic or not? I was gonna say, yeah, of course if you do. Yeah, battle.
Alright, back to normal driving.
Alright, so I don't know if I'm getting the controller or not yet. I might not. I may or may not be getting.
This sucks, 'cause I don't even know this guy.
Gap in the market. But how do you control both hands and feet without it getting too complicated? My first thought was to make it turn-based. So you'd move your hand, then your other hand, and your feet, and so on. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. But we'll give it a try. So I started a fresh new project in Unity. Actually, I started this project in Godot.
I'm just gonna try to get my rating up, really.
Anyways, more on that later.
Give
And
us a
after
few clean laps to get our fuel numbers.
I got something.
Because if you get in the sea, you have a lot more maps and cooler races.
This is cursed.
Did you do the FOV and everything? Like, take measures and see how far away you are from the screen or no?
It is difficult. But I can't say I'm having much fun. I think it's all
that's right.
confusing and clumsy feeling. Okay, let's think about this. While most other rage games are frustrating because they're intentionally designed to be frustrating, and getting over it is
Forgot
sort of
about
like
it.
learning
Yeah.
how to ride a bike.
How should that be hard?
It's just a part of learning something new, which makes it fun. And then you realize that it's not hard. You just suck at it. So maybe I just suck at these other games. That's why I don't find it fun.
Except the other game, getting over it has a good control scheme, bro. Where you can consistently replicate something once you understand what you're trying to achieve. Okay, that's the difference. I cannot consistently replicate it. I cannot consistently replicate it. I know what I want to do, I know what I need to do, but I cannot replicate it. But getting over it, I go, okay, I go down, up, and I go right, and then that's boom, up. I go, or you go, you do it. That's what you do. That's the difference.
Whatever. I don't know if I actually had a point with any of this. Okay, back to the game. I think we need to simplify. So let's forget about the legs and focus on the hands only. But how do you control two hands with only one mouse? With two of them, obviously.
Holy shit! Here we go!
Well, actually, it didn't work. And it seems kind of stupid to ship a game when you need two mice. So, after hours wasted trying different things, possibly days, I finally figured it out.
Left side. Clear on the left.
Okay, and here's how it works. Your mouse movement directly translates to a force being applied to each hand. The hands are connected to the body using standard Newtonian physics, and whenever you hold on to something, the direction of the force is reversed. Confused? Yep, me too. But you can also move sideways.
It's harder than the formula, like.
Even jump a little bit.
So tricky.
Some animations layered in. It's starting to look pretty broken, actually. This can't be the right clip. What now? Oh, you got there.
The front of the car feels very.
Wait, I didn't have to reverse. That means I need to just be grabbing. Understand? Right? Can I just go like that? Can I just be like, it doesn't work. Upright! I'm like, upright! I'm doing right. I'm looking up and right.
$53.49. 2, stay with your fastest left of the session. That car stopped on the right. Got a slow car on the left.
Whoa, I'm doing the fucking Newtonian physics opposite direction of fucking... What the fuck?
Say you set the course. Got to slow down. You don't get that time back, we're gonna stop scoring us.
Doesn't matter if you use one hand. If you use... Who cares if you use one hand? Two hands gives you more use. The only way I ever make it is two hands. I never make one hand. I'm trying like a fucking strat here. I'm trying like a...
Holy fuck, that
pulling
guy's...
back, knowing that it's seen the physics engine like that.
Alright, let's try this.
Trying a little bit of a different strat.
Car feels really weird to drive. Like the front feels so sensitive.
I mean, it's close, isn't it? Kind of like what I'm doing is I'm pulling back to get maximum time to get loads of acceleration. All right, okay.
Wait a minute. Something strange. The controls feel actually really good. And as I was figuring them out, I was having fun. It's hard to describe without you playing the game yourself. It's kind of one of those things, you just have to feel it. So I guess you just have to buy the game.
Why does it sound like PewDiePie, bro?
Okay, this is getting a bit boring.
Is this PewDiePie's
How
brother or
about
something?
some rocks? Yeah, in the game though. So this is the idea for the game. You have to climb your way up a huge level, and you can potentially fall down all the way to the bottom. We don't actually have a bottom. Let's fix that. And there. Maybe something softer, like maybe water. And you didn't think I was going to bore you with the details of how the water works? Well, think again, mother... Okay, so here's how it works. First, we evenly distribute some points along a line, and this will be our surface. Then, if the player falls in, say around here, we can apply a force to the closest point. And then we apply the same force to the neighboring spheres, and the next ones, and so on. Then we need some damping.
It's ramping.
But it wouldn't look like water. It didn't have any waves.
Keep to the right.
And if you want a line in between each point, it kind of looks like water. Alright, I think we need a character. So I quickly model this guy, and I think it looks pretty good.
The character was pretty good.
Okay, fine, I didn't make it. I found it online, and it was free. Okay, I did texture it myself though. This time counts.
I mean, the character was good. Honestly, it was good.
Car very easy to walk up. Fine.
Well, alright, this might be a problem. Let's cover him up a little bit.
Nice.
Uh-oh. Okay, so now we're gonna have to deal with cloth. And cloth is pretty complicated and can end up misbehaving a lot. I've made promises in the past to never ever use cloth in video games again, but it turns out that the built-in cloth thing in Unity is actually pretty good.
Built-in cloth thing.
Thank God that's done. Okay, on to the next problem. When you fall really fast and grab a rock, you just kind of snap to it like a magnet. Okay, so let's see if we can fix this by adding some friction. So yeah, friction. How easy do you think that was? Well, really easy actually. I just used the friction joint that comes with Unity. Huh. And after some programming, I can now assign a friction number to each surface. And so we have some gritty rocks, and we also have some slippy rocks. And it was around this time I switched from using Godot to the Unity game engine. Because in Godot I ended up having to code pretty much all the physics by myself, and I'm really stupid, so it didn't really work out that well. Whereas in Unity, I have all these little helpful things like the friction joint and a few other things. And I kind of have a confession to make. Those prototypes I showed you earlier, well, I kind of recreated those in Unity. My actual prototypes in Godot from like a year ago. Well, they look like this.
Alright, this is the first
It's like
alpha male version of this game. It's really cool.
Okay, moving on.
Fucking
So,
trash,
now
dog.
that we have the basics of this
Unity's
game laid down,
OP, bro.
time to make our
This
level.
game is...
So we start off with the first area of the game, which should be fairly easy, and it is. But because I know you guys are a bunch of whining babies, I'm realizing that we have a problem. See, if you make even the slightest mistake, even in a simple area like this, you're gonna fall back.
See, I feel like this, honestly, like, yo, it wasn't fun. Like, he did the PewDiePie. Okay, you wanna know what he did wrong in the game? The game is not fun, right? But then it's like, let the zero, let the level of punishment is hardly even existent. Because there's so many low safe spots, right? But then it's way too hard. It's way too hard. So what it needs to be is you need to make it way more. Make it easy, right? Like this. In my opinion. That's what I think. That's what I genuinely believe. I think it's more fun and more replayable. Hear me out. What's more fun, Jeff? Being in a rock for 4 hours straight, literally trying to do the same kind of over and over again with no downside, right? You just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. 4 hours in a row, okay? Or getting to a rock that's kind of hard, slipping, and then you have to go just once before you get to a person. And then next time you go up, you're gonna try to fuck it up. And guess what? When you went back and you fell down, you went, you're already progressing for the other areas, getting better and getting faster. And what I'm saying is that is more interesting, more replayable than getting to a point where you've got an infinite checkpoint and you keep going over and over and over again, but it's really hard. Right? I much like it's way more interesting and replayable. Right? And
We're almost out of fuel. Might not make it to the end. One more lap.
Look at like on the upper level, right? That was a game. That game,
40,
to be fair, that game was
8, 5, 1.
What? It was very punishing. You spend like 20 minutes going up, and then you fall, and you fall so far. You go back up again, and it was like it was more going back up. It was fun, right? Because you get better and better and better and better, and then you get to the point where you fuck up. Maybe you get it, maybe you don't. The fact of the matter is, you're never going to be at one. You're not going to spend 3 or 4 hours at the exact same spot looping at a checkpoint over and over again. Because that's how he's going to shoot it. Because checkpoints are there, right? Because checkpoints exist. Guess what? Listen, the checkpoints here. Well, now, in order to make the game take time to beat, he needs to make it very difficult. And what I'm saying is, fuck the checkpoints. Make it just quadruple. No, it needs to be like the punishment. The punishment needs to be so much higher, right? But then the difficulty should be easier. In my opinion, on the game, and this is what I'm saying. And the reason why is because it's more playable. Because you can get different things more often rather than the same thing a lot. It's nice to do different things than just to do the same thing, in my opinion. Like, he should have, like, I fucking hate that! No. When someone who has no fucking clue what they're talking about tries to tell someone what they know, like, it's like literally their job. What to do.
No.
I fucking hate that. I don't do that.
I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer. Okay? I'm telling you what I enjoy. I enjoy
one lap
these
of
games.
fuel left.
I enjoy games like getting over it. And I enjoy see what I'm getting over this.
It's extremely punishing. Do you know what it
There's
is?
a flag. It's over.
Extremely hard.
Just
That's
feels
what
like
it is.
Lost a lot
That's
of
the
like,
reality.
force feedback.
Down all the way to the bottom, forcing you to restart. And then you're gonna rage quit. And we can't have that now, can we? There is such a thing as boiling the frog slowly. We need to make the player feel invested in the game first, and then we crank up the heat. So, we need some child-proofing. By adding some of these slippery rocks, if you do fall, at least you have something to hold on to. Now, you won't be able to climb on them, but it should give you a chance to correct your mistake. So if you still manage to fall, it's your fault, and you have only yourself to blame. So the first section is really just for the player to get used to the controls and understand how to play the game, but then eventually you'll reach this point, where you'll be forced to make your first jump. But this time, there's no childproofing. And jump.
See, that's good game design. That's good game design. That's good, because now he has to go and do all that stuff again, right? And he gets faster, and it's more. You're doing lots of different climbing, lots of different holds, lots of different movement. You know, that's good. That's way better. Like, straight up, I'm telling you, make the game 20% easier. Remove all checkpoints. Game's instantly twice as good.
People are gonna get really mad here.
There you go.
It's probably a little
Bro, there it
too
is.
difficult, actually.
There it is.
But eventually, we probably will need some type of checkpoint in the game. The easiest
fuck
option
that.
would of course be to just add certain points in the game where if you fall down, you get teleported back up. But this feels cheap and doesn't really suit the game at all. This is a rage game after all, so you should be able to lose a lot of progress. I thought about adding little hooks here and there that once you grab them, you're safe and you can quit the game without having to
Follow
worry.
people.
But it still doesn't fix the fact that when you fall, most likely you'll fall all the way back down, which seems kind of unfair if you've made a good amount of progress.
2,208.
What if we place a body of
continue
water
that way,
higher
head down
up
to
that will
stay
serve
sharp.
as a safety net and a resting ground for the player, and then we continue building our level on top of that. This way we can control how far down the player will fall if they do fall. I'm pretty proud of the solution, I will admit. I then spent some time building the background and setting the look for the game. And when I say setting the look, what I really mean is using the default settings in Unity. Which apparently Bennett Foddy also did, since, well, both games look the same now. Whoops. Well, like Jonas told me, having your game compared to other similar games is actually a really good thing, since it helps people associate your work with something they're already familiar with. And when I posted the trailer for the game, Bennett himself retweeted it, and I think he liked it, so I'll take that as his seal of approval. Please don't sue me, Bennett! I've been experimenting with different obstacles, like moving objects, and physics-based objects.
Good luck, have fun.
Something I ended up spending a lot of time on was getting the hands to connect with the rocks. If you look closely, you'll notice how the shadows aren't connecting with the hands, and
Good luck.
well, it's because they're not. Well, after a lot of research and trial and error, I ended up with this solution.
Green, green, green.
It looks crazy from this perspective, but from the camera, looks great. I mean, in some cases, you'll notice how the arms are really long in the shadow, but nobody needs to know that, right? People are so easy
Fucking
to fool.
beauty pie. What the hell, man?
And I spent the next 6 months finishing the rest of the game. Yep, 6 months. I won't bore you with the details, and I don't want to spoil the game for those who actually want to play it, but I'll give you a little sneak peek. So after you finish the first area, you'll enter this jungle. So it's a completely different environment, but also you'll be faced with a new challenge. So you'll have this running water, which if you grab, you'll be pushed back down.
Left side.
I didn't know
So now you have to be a little bit more careful about where you're placing your hands.
my hand would glitch out. That's
Stay on the right.
And if you think that's bad, you're gonna love this next part.
On your left. Keep to the right.
And the rest of the game consists
Stay on
of
the right.
7 different areas, each with their own unique.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Hold your line.
Oh, 7 areas,
Slow
bro.
car ahead. Get a slow car on the left. Go right. There's an infinite ahead. Clear on the left.
Challenges. And I also say some sound effects.
On your left. Keep to the right. Stay on the right.
Well, what's stopping you guys from making a game?
Clear on the left. Clear left. Left side.
Just coding a game. Like,
Clear on the left. Right side.
Like, that's fucking monkeys.
Still there.
And he just made it.
Clear. On your right. Still there. Clear on the right.
And I kept tweaking the controls pretty much throughout the entire project, and they ended up being around 1,000 lines of code. And besides the character, I ended up making pretty much all of the assets in the entire game myself, which took some time.
1.
Making a menu.
0, 3, 7. Clear on the left. Clear left.
Just code it, bro. You know? Just code it. Like, he just fucking made it. He just should have just make the fucking assets. Make the sound things. Just make the game.
Creating the Steam page.
Well, that's it. Dudes, 1 year. Question is, can you beat it?
Okay, well, fucking hell, dude. Maybe the game was coded better, bro. You know? Here we go.
There's an infinite behind you. Get a slow car on the left. Car stopped on the left. Get a slow car on the left. Go right. 45.199. Got a slow car on the left. Car stopped on the left. There's an infinite ahead. Left side. Hold your line. Still there. Got a slow car on the left. Clear on the left. Clear left.
Now with 2 hands, I'll give you double flip. You saw it in Unity, bro. You get 2 force. You use
10 minutes to go.
like you get double force if you use 2 hands. You get double force. Use spacebar. I don't use spacebar.
777 ambience.
44.76. That was your fastest lap of the session. The car in P2 just set the fastest lap. 38.043.
Alright, go ahead and take a look. This will pound Tyler 1 right to the ground. If he's not, well, he's already pretty much at the ground. This guy's like 4'11".
On your left. They're on the left.
I'm like fucking majority of the way through the fucking game or some shit. It's one fucking dog shit jump. Like, do you guys not agree though? Like, I'm good at games, right? Okay, I'm good at games.
815.
I beat
You're
every
reading
game.
on the car in front. The gap is 1.9
What
seconds.
do you think is better? Me repeatedly throw off this one exact same spot over and over and over again, or a slightly less difficult jump, but the punishment is far more difficult. The punishment is far worse, and then when I fuck it up, I gotta go all
Me
the
passing
way
low.
back up. And then it's like, okay, it's way more of a replayable game. I'm just doing the whole game, right? It's like, it's just doing one jump.
Michael, you didn't have to do that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think you were faster, so ain't no sense in holding you up. Honestly, I'm just trying not to kill myself in this car.
I'm fucking dyslexic!
I hear that.
I'm saying the game should be easy though.
7, 3, 7.
Or it should be just coded a bit of where you actually like do what you want to do, right?
Hey Quinn, maybe you should wait a few weeks till the current thing gets
I am trying to. Is he refusing to learn? What the fuck? What do you think I'm doing here? Do you think I'm practicing? I am going out of my way to look get better at the controls and trying to improve my strategy, improve my technique. What do you think I'm doing? What do you think I'm doing? What is it? You think I'm just whenever am I doing? You think I'm just what? What do you really?
5 minutes
I
to go.
genuinely don't understand. I'm literally trying to get comfortable with the physics, comfortable with the controls. This is definitionally practicing. Like I'm trying to get better at the game. You understand? I'm trying to do that. Just not doing it. So much better. I mean, if we go back to the start of the game, I would fucking shred this stuff. So much better. At all times.
25.242.
And then they slip some tin rockets. Use towel or something.
Ah.
Right side. Clear on the right.
You understand that, Chad? You understand I've made this jump like 27 times or something, right? I've made this jump like 27 times. It's the jump afterwards that's fucked. Like, yes, I repeatedly fail at that one jump, then I get fucked with this next jump. Like,
You got about 5 laps of fuel left.
How did I slip there? Chad, I'm pretty sure literally every streamer is better than me at this. I don't think I am really not good at this.
White flag. One more lap to go.
Mate, most of you will beat the game on the first try. This is like day 3. I'm going to play this game for 3 days.
47.588.
I don't know why the car is so hard to drive.
I have a unique brain, Chad.
So
I have a unique brain. My brain does not function.
It's like oversteering and understeering at the same time.
The same. It gives me massive buffs in some games, huge buffs in some games. FPV games, I'm like they right? In other games, it's like a massive negative. Clearly, my unique brain is giving me a big downside here. Okay, big downside. Yep, it's not helping.
Good run, good race, good win.
I am obviously not
Got a slope on the left.
I'm trying my hardest. I'm repeatedly burning.
Left side. There on the left. No left. There's the checkered flag. Bring it on home and let's get out of here.
Any advantage or no?
I don't know, like, this car feels really weird to drive. Like, I can't feel anything.
Controller. I don't know where Abby is for the controller. I don't know where she is. I don't know where she is. I'm praying she's coming soon. I'm praying she's coming soon. She said she was going to be 10 minutes. At 8:40, it's 9:45. It's been an hour. Literally 1 hour. The reason I watched that video is because I wanted to procrastinate 10 minutes for the fucking controller to arrive. But it's not. So I'm going to just keep trying. Who knows? I might make it. Who knows?
It's a shame you can't grab the wall with your feet when you fling your legs ahead of your torso like.
Wait, is it actually affecting safety points?
Hey, what's my sensitivity? Like 50%? I'm gonna change the sensitivity to complete max.
Alright.